Hello everybody and welcome back to Eureka Farms with me, CWATTYESO here. New day? Well, it's not a new day, it's the second half of the previous day, the current day. I've got field 8 obviously ploughed, it's now ready to be limed and fertilised. Which we're going to be doing in this episode. We might even be undertaking a sowing contract if there's one available. Or at least we might set the helper off doing that while we're doing the ploughing and the fertilising and manure spreading. But one of the things I want to start out today's episode by saying is, for everybody who has watched the episodes in the series so far, there's a little bit of a challenge today in this video. I want to see if you can spot the difference between a piece of equipment on this farm. I've made a small change to one of the pieces of equipment at the farm, and I wonder what eagle-eyed viewers are going to spot what that change is and be able to accurately comment in the comment section down below what has changed on what piece of equipment. Right, I need a tractor. Challenger is over here. I've got 31,000. Nice. I'm going to manure spread. You're going to be manure spreading field 8. Much the same way as we did with field 7. A lime on there. Manure spreader. I think when I installed Stevie's big mod pack of mods, I think one of the mods he's included in his mod pack is the disable camera collision mod. Generally speaking, I don't use because it's not very helpful, because the game then doesn't automatically zoom in when you drive into a shed, which I kind of like having now. I've kind of got you. I know a lot of people didn't like that when the game first came out. Didn't like the camera automatically zooming in and out as you rotated round the tractor or when obstacles got in the way of a tractor. But I've kind of started liking the fact that the camera will automatically zoom in and adjust when I go into a shed. Kind of like that. Right. So let's have a look then. Field 13 is this big one down here that we ploughed recently. Let's go. We might as well take the little autonomous. He can go do the ploughing. Go do the ploughing. Yeah, lovely little tractor. A cute, lovely little tractor. We've got to plant oats as well. On track. So we're going to take this bad boy down to field 13. Like I say, we'll probably hire a worker and let a worker do the sowing whilst we're lime spreading and manure spreading. A lot of nice cool things are afoot. Like I say, the plan is we're going to put a crop, normal regular crop onto field 8. Like I say, probably canola. And then once we've got field 7 harvested, we'll get that sown with grass. So I'm just going to drive on the grass because these cars keep hitting me. Also, it gives me plenty of time to unfold our lovely big cedar. Lovely big cedar. Seeder activated. You do not have access to this land. Don't talk cobblers, mate. Right, that's hired. Worker is working away. I will leave him to it. Right, I want to get this. I need to do some lime spreading. Right, I'm going to need to put some lime in this. Challenger. Otherwise, it's like which idiot left the Challenger parked in the fill refill site. Again. Fine. Meters, that will do. GPS will do the auto whip, which is now 30 meters. Safety's sake, I'm going to change that. I'm going to set that to 0, like I normally do. Let's go get field 8 lined. We'll get it manured, and then it will be ready for sowing. Checking. Wasn't sure if that guy was going to try to pull in a bit of a danger move on me. Right, here we go then. Let the lime spreading commence. Bit rough. This ploughed rutted field with these little skinny wheels. Again, I appreciate you would usually, typically, you'd want to put the lime on the field before you ploughed because you'd want to plough the lime into the soil. But having harvested the field and stuff, it's a little bit easier to see where you've lime spreaded when the field's been ploughed. I'm putting it on a nice clean field. In future, after this initial application, I will be putting the lime down typically after we've harvested, before we plough or cultivate. Same with the manure spreading as well. I'll generally typically do that before we plough or cultivate. Like I say, we will usually seed after we've done, we'll fertilise again after we've seeded. But we seem to be putting down a heck of a lot of lime at the moment. I'm guessing because these fields started out really, really badly. With a bit of luck, after this initial first application, we should never need to ever put down as much lime as this again. In the future, we should just be tickling it back up to the right amount. Just titivating it a little bit back to optimal levels. clearly this field has never ever had lime put on it before, based on the amount that I'm actually using and the amount we're going through. Of course, we also have to remember we've got that really dodgy, horrible, shocking soil type across our fields as well. Going to require a lot of excess lime and fertilizer because we've got such bad soil. I must remember to go and move my scout as well at some point. I need to move that because I put that washer right in front of it. I didn't mean to click and place the washer there, but it kind of happened, and then I was just like, yeah, well, I'll live with it. Yeah, that wasn't my intention. I didn't, you know, could have positioned the washer a little bit better. I also need to get that corn scooped up at some point and transferred into the silo now. A bit, Rose. Field's probably going to troll me a little bit by not quite being wide enough for me to get it in one go. I hope I can. Unfortunately, I can't. So it looks like there's about 2 rows to go. I must remember to drive actually up the field on that row. Don't drive up on the grass. Otherwise we'll be applying the wrong amount of lime because it will be applying it for grass. Got to really make sure you're on the field with precision farming to get an accurate read. But this should be putting the field up to about 6.5, I think it is, for the pH level. What we want. I'm spreading, nearly complete. Tractor that could. Little tractor that could. Daytime running lights. Look like eyes, don't they? Looks like it's got it looks like it's wearing glasses. Looks like it's got a little face on the front of that tractor. And then job done. Back to the farm. Grab the Challenger. Or air spreading. Hopefully doing very well down there. I need him to do fantastically well. Obviously, I would like the money from that contract because I'm about to spend a lot of money buying manure. pH value, perfect. Let's have a quick planting map. Right, he's missing little bits at the edges of the field, look. That's where he gets a little bit fripped by the road and the traffic. Again, we'll decrease it by 0.5 metre. Set the GPS to 0. There we go. Don't hit me. Wanted to. Lovely, lovely. Fresh manure being poured all over the field. Raise this nitrogen value. If we open the help window, it tells us it's applying the manure amount depending on soil yield potential of loam. So the automatic application rate is for the soil type, not a crop. That's where fertilising without a crop and once a crop's been seeded is very different. Very, very different. That's why you should be using manure slurry digestate. Do your pre-seeding fertilising. Whereas the chemical stuff is definitely for putting onto crops. Either your dry fertiliser or your liquid fertiliser, that should be applied to crops. You shouldn't be putting that on a field that hasn't been seeded or sown, because you'll be getting the wrong nitrogen amounts applied. But for people who play the game and don't normally do manure and slurry and digestate spreading, you're probably going to have a very difficult time of things with precision farming, because it does make this aspect of the game a lot more important, and almost, you know, it practically makes it a requirement. You must manure, you must slurry, or you must digest them. If you're not doing this, you're going to be hurting your yields. You're also going to be spending a hell of a lot of money on chemical fertilisers, which is going to eat into your profitability. Because obviously things like manure, slurry and digestate are far, far cheaper than chemical fertilisers. So use a ton of this first off to bring your nitrogen levels up, and then when you have got the more expensive chemical fertilisers, you don't need to use quite as much. So your chemical fertiliser can go a lot longer, stretch it out a bit more. All the natural stuff. I do like the little skinny tyre options on this, and the big sort of typical quad track tracks. I'm pleased when I bought this tractor I went for those slightly skinnier options. They do seem to look right when you're doing these kind of jobs. They don't look like they're going to smash the field to pieces. rip the place up. I don't expect they're crop friendly. I mean, I wouldn't want to be driving right through the middle of a field. Those tracks on. I don't think they're going to be care tracks. Do look a bit nicer. Of course, one of the things I also realised is I kind of did slip up a bit when I bought this tractor. There's another one I should have potentially bought in the store. Maybe would have fitted in at the farm a little bit better. But lo and behold, I forgot to actually put it in the mod folder. And I set up the save, so it wasn't there when we was buying equipment in the first few videos. Stuff. In fact, I only noticed the mod yesterday as I was updating and doing some stuff with other mods, and I was like, oh, I forgot all about that one. I've installed that and activated it for the next video. Going to large tractors. Down here somewhere. Oh, completely separately. Separate install, or is it? It's probably that one I've just scrolled past. So, because I think it's the only one of theirs that's now installed. 9RX by Custom Modding. Most people will be probably familiar with this tractor. The 9RX by Custom Modding. For most people's mod, or something else as well. Yes, there is the option for I have 80-inch wheels, I can have 120-inch wheels, I can have 88-inch wheels. The great thing about it is all the wheels on this one are 3D. Because, of course, we love 3D tracks. 3D tracks are the best kind of tracks in the game, and you want them on your vehicles if they're available. So yes, my custom modding 9RX has been edited and does have 3D tracks as standard in all options and availability, so it does make it a little bit better than the one on the mod hub. It also makes it a bit better than the one on Custom Modding's own Facebook page, which also is sadly missing the good quality tracks. And that mod was that particular mod was made and sent to me by someone who has viewed my videos and says, hey, you'll probably enjoy this. In fact, they sent me 2 mods actually. Very, very similar edits to them and changes. Make them better than the originals. Now I've probably given it away a bit, haven't I? The whole spot the difference competition running on this video. I might have just spoiled it by saying that. Give you a clue though, it's not the Harvester. Harvester already had 3D tracks on it. That was already edited. That was already edited. That was done by someone over on Expendables Modding, who did the 9RX with the 3D tracks. As soon as the 9RX Harvester was released just before Christmas by Sid Modding, somebody went straight in, swapped the tracks out for the 3D ones, because of course Sid couldn't put 3D ones on it because he released it on the mod hub, and Giants don't let 3D tracks go on the mod hub anymore. They don't allow 3D tracks on the mod hub because they're a bit funny about authors using content from the game and from DLCs in their mods. Make their mods better. A bit strange because at the end of the day, tracks are hardly, it's not like someone's taking an entire DLC tractor or vehicle or thing, making edits to it, minor little edits to it, and then re-uploading the whole thing for free. No, they're taking a small part of a tractor, almost like a prefab really, taking the tracks and putting it on a completely different vehicle to make a completely different mod vehicle altogether. I think that's allowed. I think that's fair use. I think that would be covered under fair use if you ever went to court, because you've done something very transformative with the original content that makes it actually different from the original, greatly different from the original content, enough for it to be considered its own standalone work. So yeah, nitrogen is okay, 40 kilograms per hectare. pH value is perfect. If we look on the precision farming screen, pH is all right there. We have gone on to field 9 a little bit. Places, but that will improve. Obviously the yield is quite poor, and the yield on field 7 was very poor first time we harvested it. There had been nothing done to the field. I'm still waiting for that grass to grow properly on that field, by the way. Right, here we go then. There's our little tractor. It's still seeding away. Ride on board for a bit. Not really a lot else I can do today. Look at contracts. I'm not going to take on a harvesting contract. That'll take forever, given these field sizes and their yields. And I really want to get field 7 harvested quite quickly. We are 46% complete though. We ride on board our seeder and planter. Down to about 50% seed, so we've used a lot more seed sowing this crop. Previously sowing sunflowers everywhere in the other sowing contracts we've done. Yeah, I really do appreciate the mod. Just a shame, like I say, with this tractor, I don't know why the guidance steering part of it doesn't work. Really. The only thing missing from this mod now is the lack of any guidance steering support. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what the mod is missing. Like I say, I've checked the XML file and I've compared it with the case autonomous, and I can't see any glowing differences. No, I can't see anything that shouldn't be different, because obviously things like horsepower, differential, the engine configurations, fuel capacities, things like that I obviously expect to be different. Obviously the wheel section of this tractor I expect to be different, because it's got different wheel configurations and different options in the store than the case, so I expect those areas of the XML to differ and have differences. But everything else is identical, so I don't quite know why guidance steering is not able to hook into and apply itself to this tractor. The only thing that lets it down is the fact you can't GPS it, otherwise it's a lovely little versatile bit of kit. Takes up hardly any space in your sheds, and as you can see, it pulls a whopping great huge bit of kit. It was a whopping great huge bit of kit. fucking it right down to the ground level. Dust and dirt, and there go the crows. Vultures. They're not crows, they're vultures. As soon as I put seed in the ground, they're fucking on it. Eating all the seed, picking the field clean. Rotters. We're now over the halfway mark of the field. I've passed the halfway point. It will only get shorter from here, kids. I can't really do anything else because obviously this is our only sower. This is our only sower stroke planter, so now go and plant field 8. I can't do it until this dude's finished the contract. Yeah, he's definitely stopping a lot earlier on the top of the field because of the road. He's detecting the road and the AI traffic, so he's definitely stopping earlier on those top rows. Whereas down here, there's nothing apart from the trees to give him a bit of a fright. Our lovely harvester. 9. I still haven't sorted out the headers yet. I know I said in the last video, I think I probably bought the wrong header, didn't I? Couple. I probably should have bought that one, and I've bought that one. Yeah, I should have bought that one. Oh well, not to worry. Not to worry. Just takes us a little bit longer to harvest, that's all. Tractor. Electric job. I ought to think about what mowers I'm going to get to put on him. Probably be doing our mowing. 3.1 meters. These two. 8.1. Power across 60 horsepower, so that's 50. The tractor probably can just about do that. And got the class stuff. 3.6 meters and 10 meters. So that's a little bit big. Got the Caverland stuff. 10 meters. A lot more horsepower for that though. Look, 200. That bad boy, 4.4. I think I've got the little that's a good point, thinking about. I bet. Hey, we've got the hand mower. The Crones. Been redesigned by Stevie. We've got class 1. We've got a John Deere skin 1, and obviously we've got the regular chrome one. I've then got this old John Deere diesel mower. 4.5 meters, but it's self-propelled. Doesn't require a tractor. And the header windrows, I do believe. Grass. So if I'm doing silage, saves me buying a windrower after I've mowed. 80 horsepower, 30 kilometers an hour. It's not the quickest thing in the world. Amazingly, on this mower, you can have GPS. It's high. This mower is high tech enough that it has GPS. However, that thing isn't high tech enough to have GPS. Anyone One knows why that is. You know, this is on a postcard. Drop it, send it to the PO box, and you won't win anything. You won't win anything. There's no prizes. Let that guy carry on, get that field seeded. At that point, I'll probably bring you guys back in the morning. We'll probably start the next video at about 7 AM in the morning, when hopefully we harvesting. Well, we could be harvesting field 7 now, actually. Again, it is now nearly 5 PM in the evening. It's going to be dark before I'm finished. I don't want to be harvesting in the dark. I don't want to be baling in the dark. So we'll leave that for the next video. We had to put our new silo compound to the test. Baler there. Little straw bales. We're going to be making some more of those then in the morning. Trailer. Obviously the manure spreader's done its job for today. Class has done its job for today. Like I say, I do need to find something that's going to help me pick up the canola here. Wondering if I know that one will do it. I know that one will definitely do it. Don't know if this one go up high enough to do what I want it to do, or whether that's about as high as that one goes. Whether you can lift that up a lot higher, because I'm going to need to be able to reach into a trailer with it. That's the thing. I'm not sure that's going to have the height. I don't want to buy one, spend all that money, and it not be what I want. That's the thing. So as much as I do like that for being obviously new and different, I know that one will load trailers. That one is high enough, or tips up high enough to load into trailers, and you can obviously extend the bit on the end all the way out to even give you even more height and clearance for big trailers. That one, this one here, this one goes with the, I think, isn't it? Static baler somewhere. That one. Static bale maker. So you just park that, put the belt on it, and then you have to tip all the stuff loose, and it makes round bales. And if they're grass, it will wrap them for you, which is obviously super nice. That one's a fantastic bit of contraptioning. I say so myself. The only thing that puts me off a little bit about buying one of these and using it is the fact that, yeah, again, because it does round bales, the bales have to be manually unloaded from that back side. I mean, if you're not sat in it and you're not operating it, it loads, does one bale and then stops. It doesn't just keep chucking bales out the back. It would have been nice if there was a square version. It just keeps feeding bales out. Whilst you're feeding stuff into it, it will just keep chucking out bales. You haven't got to manually unload it, kind of thing. It will just keep pushing bales out all the time. Okay, if you want to do silage, then you then have to obviously wrap all those square bales, but not necessarily a bad thing. Because, like I say, it's just not very autonomous, that baler, that round baler. Slowed down quite a bit now, all of a sudden. Must be on a bit of a slope in the middle of this field, you know. A hill, I think. Coming along. Are we nearly done yet? 73 quarters. 3/4 of the way there. Right, folks, I think I'm going to wrap the video up here. This guy will get the contract finished. We'll get paid. I'll bring you guys back in the morning and we'll start harvesting field 7. Getting the oats harvested, sold, or baled, sold, and then we can look at then sowing something on field 8 and then getting field 7 prepared for having grass put on it. Start to go down the hay making and silage making roads, ready for inevitably having animals on the map. Thank you for watching today's episode, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to leave your like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Leave your comments in the section down below. And I'll see you again very soon. Stay safe, everybody. Take care. Goodbye for now.